you getting drilled at. Gotta get some discipline getting drilled. But yeah, what did we have? Detonator banning out Tinker, banning out the Chen as well. I don't see a reason to ever ban out Chen, to be honest. Not in the new patch at all. He has been, like, the new one, like, how they changed it, that you always have the 6-second sandbag. It's just such a heavy nerf. Like, you were so reliant on this 3-second sandbag. I think it's gonna make Doom viable again. On the other hand, Pepehands banning out the Bloodseeker, another hero that has been nerfed, but we're gonna ban it regardlessly. That might still hint at some other heroes. Yeah, there's the Slug ban from Detonator coming out. That's a direct response straight off the bat. So far, Pepehands hasn't shown much with their draft. It's Wisp Bristleback. It's gonna be just like Beastmaster with the Wisp on the offlane. They're gonna be really tanky. They're gonna try to outlast the Warlock. However, Detonator, they already picked Warlock and Wind Ranger in this, meaning you have neither the Wind Ranger or the Warlock can effectively out-harass and out-region the Wisp Bristleback combination. So they're gonna find a neat carry that actually matches up well against the Bristle, and there isn't a Monkey King ban just yet. Third pick. All right, so third pick. I mean, to be honest, if I'm Pepehands, you probably don't want to show off your mid lane until the very last, because you have a really strong off lane. You can safely pick your support and carry, because you know you're gonna have one lane that they can, or that Detonator cannot roam the supports away from. I would assume with the Morphling ban, they want to go towards like Terrorblade or something. He has been buffed. Alright, it's support for now. Witch Doctor, oh, instant pick.
Yeah.
There's your slaughter, mate. There you go.
It's not exactly the same spot that I wanted it in the last game. It's not bad,
I would
though.
say so.
Like,
yeah, against Bristle, that can work. I see that. It's also probably a core slaughter.
It looks like it. We have seen a couple of teams run core Wind Ranger. I think that's becoming slightly more popular, though probably not at this point the norm. She can do pretty well, especially if you're playing a core slaughter, support slaughter. If you do get that haze off on anyone and then focus fire that same guy, like, Bristleback is tanky, but holy crap, that's a lot of damage. So Detonator working with a lot of potential here. Pepehands, as you said, kind of, hiding their cards. Witch Doctor, IO, so clearly the supports. But Bristleback, the only card that they are showing, really is a hero that you can build around pretty easily. Like, it could be a frontliner for you, but at the same time, if you just want to play this kind of crash in, we're just going to run at you type of draft with someone like a Slark that we see banned out, you can kind of do that as well. They'll pick the DK, immediately the response is going to be the OD. A pretty nice matchup for the OD there, to say the least, and is a pretty darn good hero at dealing with Bristleback IOs. Just bubble them. Can't do much if they're in that other dimension or whatever that spell does.
Yeah, like if they're hidden, but Slaughter and OD, that's like two heavy DK counters. Like, especially picking the DK into the Slaughter is a little bit questionable. I think they want to keep beefing up and try to outlast them, but this OD looks like really good now. Like, DK and Bristleback just melt hit. Like, and then you always have like the prison to save yourself. Like, I don't see this OD getting locked down in any way right now, besides the Dragon Knight stun. So what Pepehands needs to do is they have to find a carry that has a heavy disable on their end. Potentially even running into an Ember Spirit maybe, but then you have the same problem. You have a Wind Ranger with a Slaughter, two heavy stuns on the way.
Yeah, I mean, this is just kind of what happens when you pick up an IO Bristleback combo. You get yourself into a situation where your lanes are locked, and then you can't really do anything. And, like, how good is this IO Bristleback lane actually going to be? It can do quite a bit of damage, for sure, but only if the enemy safe laner is going to sit there and actually take it. Like, let's say there's a world where this is a core Wind Ranger, and she's just on the bottom lane. Can you ever kill her as IO Bristleback? I don't see that happening ever, so Pepehands are pigeonholing themselves into these lanes, and it seems to me that Detonator's lanes, at least the standing ones that they have, are just kind of superior, mostly because of this OD, honestly. There are very few answers on the Pepehands side, outside of just kind of running at him and taking out all of his towers. PL is going to be the pick here for Detonator, a hero that can definitely make great use of that haze on his own team. gonna be a lot of mana burning on the Detonator side, and for Pepehands, I'm not sure if they can afford that.
The PL looks pretty strong, but again, you're up against the Bristle. Like, the moment the Bristle runs out of mana, you don't do damage to him anymore, especially because he will get into built into a Crimson Guard. Like, especially now with the PL coming out. Not sure if this is the carry for Detonator they wanted. I think heavy burst damage would have been more preferable, or somebody who builds easily into the Silver Edge. Like, for example, the Troll Warlord that was not banned out and would mix up great with the OD.
Choose your hero.
Shrek is a bit extra push here for Pepehands. I mean, the Phantom Lancer, at least in this scenario, because he's with a Slardar for kind of artificial scaling, I guess you could say, and an OD means that he doesn't have to play as a carry per se. Still, Diffusal Blade is so value, and you're probably still going to get it, but if this Phantom Lancer plays a little bit of a lighter role, a little bit of a kind of tanky distractor type role, then he could still do a lot of damage, and he could still make sure that his team functions, rather than normally kind of relying on the OD to do all the damage. And still, even with this Leshrac pick, seems matchup-wise the OD's in a pretty good spot. So I don't mind the Phantom Lancer that much. I do think that the lane is going to be perhaps not quite as fun as they would like it to be, but now we have this Leshrac. So we have ourselves a Witch Doctor Leshrac combo. Simple 1-2 punch there, and you know, it's a little bit of extra stun, a little bit of extra control, and it's a good amount of push all of a sudden coming out from the Pepehands side. They have the dragon, they will have Leshrac at least a little bit down the line to do a little pushing as well, so don't mind this pick at all.
Yeah, Leshrac pick. Leshrac mid-dome. Against their D, I'm not sure if this is the pick to go forward. Like, they're swapping the DK to the safe lane, which is reasonable, but Leshrac as the substitute, I'm not quite sure. Did we see a Lina ban coming out? I think
don't
we
believe
did.
She was.
Was she not? Okay, then I have to question why would you go for the Leshrac over the Lina? Because Lina seems to be a little bit better set up. If you have an OD in your lane, OD straight up will skip out on that Astral Imprisonment. He has to go for the Arcane Orb, which isn't as good anymore because you don't have the mana sustain that much. I know it's a little bit questionable, but I guess if it's Comfort Hero, they will match up a little bit better than just going for the Lina and straight up losing the lane because they're not familiar with the hero.
Well, Leshrac is just kind of better with an IO, almost in every possible respect. So if they're planning on keeping Plus on kind of not bound to one hero, but kind of willing to move around and juggle his responsibilities as a healer, as a speed giver, then Leshrac is so much better in that regard. And if you do get bubbled as Leshrac, you could actually still do damage to some extent. So there are certain kind of benefits here. A little more consistent AoE for this Phantom Lancer. It's not... I would say that there is probably an argument, a pretty strong one to be made for Alina, as you said, but there's not no argument for this Leshrac, and they are going to just be battling for these runes. Wind Ranger and Slardar, Dragon Tail into Cask Stun. That's some value from the Witch Doctor right there on the bottom lane. And it looks like it'll be, oh my god, GG. Just go next. 4 bounty runes.
Yeah, legendary quad rune. That's just where you tab out, right? Go game 2.
Mm-hmm. Why waste everyone's time? They are looking for the body block onto this DK. Cask once again gonna get maximum value. That's 2 casks, max bounces on both of them. Still Cat's gonna have to deploy another Dragon Tail. Really doesn't want to do that because now his mana pool is looking kind of pathetic. But
yeah,
you know what? It's better than nothing.
Because
he's gonna give it to the Okay, not gonna, just gonna take it.
Nope. No, he was waiting until his Tango runs out for maximum efficiency.
Okay.
But yeah, he Wind Ranger attacked Apple clearly, and that's a really nasty D-ward. That's just unnecessary. That's another 100 gold. So like, we're at 5 bounty runes now. Almost. For the Witch Doctor, at least.
This lane is right now on top. Not looking all that fun. The IO doesn't have a bottle super quickly or anything like that, but almost for sure Pelosson's going to go for that. And this dude's an IO player. Been seeing him around forever. Made a couple of good pushes into, you know, kind of tier 1.5-ish relevance. I want to say First Departure. I think First Departure may still exist without him. I'm actually not sure about that name entirely, but yeah, he's definitely been around forever and definitely playing the IO forever. And This Bristleback currently is just getting the freest of harassments. These guys on this top lane, they need magic sticks and magic wands pretty much ASAP. And a Phantom Lancer with magic wand, Warlock with magic wand, those are pretty scary heroes, so they gotta make use of all this space that they're getting right now.
It's a Bristleback Wisp lane. This is not a pleasant lane for the PL by any means. He's already sitting slightly behind in terms of last hit, sitting on 6 to 9 on the Bristle. Bristle also has 3 mangoes, so he doesn't even care about you. He just keeps spamming the quill as soon as the creeps are remotely low and he pushes on the tower. And PL is not really a hero that deals with that much pressure early on if he has to tank up creeps under the tower, despite having a good amount of armor.
And a stout shield.
Yeah, but then there's the disco ball just annoying you and getting denies on the tower, which is even more annoying. Damn it. I didn't even get to deny.
I think the only change that affected Wisp, right, the relocate, is channeled. And the seemingly consensus, from what I've seen, is dead hero. But pretty much the change, guys, is you have to channel relocate. And of course that means you can't move, you can't cast tether. I don't know if there's like, I don't know, maybe there's like some shift queuing you could do. I don't know if people have looked into that, but I don't know. Valve sometimes has stuff like that that is possible, so you could tether right after relocate. I don't know, probably not. But defensively, the IO is just a kind of healer now, not really a saver.
Exactly, like, talking defensive relocates are absolutely dead now. There's just nothing to work with there, because unless you have like a really lucky Phantom
Lancer. He's gonna doppelgang away, but he still has 4 stacks on him. Here's a 5th. Here's a 6th if you want it. There you go, Bing. He's gonna go straight to the grave and pull us on. Tootie. They're just gonna grab that kill and turn around for Humble. And he's gonna say, screw all this, I'm out. TP, and it looks like he will make it out alive, but easy dive on the top lane, and oh my god, we're 4 minutes in. Got a 2k lead for the Pepehands squad already. That is substantial.
This is just, yeah, they're doing so much, like from the Bite Runes to the Bristle lane. They're gonna make at least sure that Detonator has a chance at the next runes, because if they don't, they just fall so far behind. And if you lose 3 lanes, especially against heroes like Leshrac, as well as a Bristleback, they will just stand in front of your tower and there will be nothing they can do about it.
The DK is not having a super time on this bottom lane compared to the opposition. They're just going to go straight towards the Wind Ranger, though, force a TP, again, all the way back to the base. DK in the safe lane is damn difficult to actually deal with. I mean, not too dissimilar from a DK in the mid lane, except for the fact that he will just have a better matchup down here. Getting a quick level 6, getting that momentum started, that's really what Pepehands are looking to do, especially when you're running this type of dual offlane. You really want to make sure that you turn this into something a little more tangible outside of just we're getting creeps. You want map control out of it. On 5-minute bounty rune battle, Tootie and Pelasson. Well, at least one of them's going to get crushed. Tootie, which movement speed does he actually have? 355 with boots, but of course this is Slardar, so he's got the sprint. Humble does not have sprint because he is not Slardar.
Oh, that's the second time he has to TP. It hurts.
At least he doesn't go all the way back to the base.
TP is like, he's level 2 on Warlock. Like, he didn't even, yeah, he TP to the bottom shrine. He's back in action. That's probably the best choice. Just leave this PL alone. Put Slaughter there as he can remotely do something if Bristle runs under the tower. What does a Warlock actually do? If there's a Bristleback with Wisp running under your tower, well, yeah, I guess you can throw out the heal and then you have to run yourself. Slaughter can actually stun and sprint away. So I think it's the right move to just swap this up and have Warlock as like, go run around the map and dish out some healing salves to our friends.
A level 1 heal also is like, when the quill is stacked up, it's about like you're redeeming 1 quill spray, and that's just an irrelevant amount of damage considering the cooldown, considering the chase potential of this Bristleback. It's just not worth it. They're going really deep here. Humble and Abing, they have pulled, but of course Tootie and Pelasson, they're all over it. Spirit's once again gonna land on everyone. Phantom Lancer gonna get the hell out of there into the shrine, and that should keep him perfectly safe. But Tower still, with the catapult there, taking an absolute beating. And they've essentially cut 2 creep waves now. So this catapult will continue to fire in. And I think this is just a free grab. 3 heroes on this top lane. Can they stop this Bristleback? They gotta go for the IO first. He's not with much regen, but he has a tether out. So you can't go for the IO if you can't get on top of him. They're still kind of going for him. It looks like they are. This tower is, yeah, you're circling it. Couple hits away. Looks like they should have the deny. Nope. Tootie. Oh, battling for it. Oh, deny. Oh, he's going to get it. And now here comes Pepehands right back in. I'm not sure about this one, though. The IO's going to land a lot of spirit hits onto everyone. He's going to get crushed and brought down. But Tootie, he's got all the quills in the world, but he has no target. The Warlock left, and now it's the OD to arrive. Bristleback still throwing out those quills. Gotta give him a wide berth. Otherwise, that happens. He just kills you. The Lance is going to be dodged because of the Imprison. That means that Tootie takes a little more damage, but he will be able to get out of there. Gets the tower. Yeah, loses his IO. But still, this top lane is still very much so in action. And bottom lane, because everyone left, is being pushed as well.
I just feel like Detonator's gonna we'll just get pushed in. Like, this Leshrac is still growing in the mid lane, sitting on 45 losses over the 31 on the OD. Then you look at the Dragon Knight having almost 40 over the 28 on the Wind Ranger, and this PL is just stuck with 27 last hits and 8 minutes. This is a really bad spot for him to be in, because this is not a game where he can just endlessly farm in the jungle. Like, I would even say this is like a black diffusal rush, and then just try to fight the Leshrac, try to catch him off guard. But that's gonna prove really difficult, because you don't really have any burst damage.
Oh, the Imprison's on cooldown over in the mid lane. The timing from Pepehands was absolutely perfect. Hey, OD used his Imprison. Let's jump in there with the stuns and kill him off. And it'll be a very easy kill over in mid. Now, 4K lead 8 minutes in. This lead is just getting kind of disgusting, honestly, from the Pepehands side. And, well, if ever you're a one-role hero and it's 8 minutes in and you're hitting jungle creeps, you're probably pretty sad. And that's exactly what the Phantom Lancer is experiencing right now. There's no way in hell he can touch this Bristleback. Like, level 6 Bristleback, he's gonna get even tankier, but even right now he's got Power Treads Vanguard. That's 1400 HP worth of hero. Like, Phantom Lancer just can't kill him before passive Quill Sprays kill the Phantom Lancer.
You can't kill him. Like, not even OD, if he freely hits from the front, can kill him easily. Like, he simply doesn't have the levels for it.
Bristleback's actually remarkably smart as a hero. I guess pigs are pretty smart. Cat gonna land Breathe Fire onto 2. Here comes a Chain Stun. Fixer's gonna come in and just smash the Slardar. Range form now active as Cat's pushing in. He's gonna put some poison on the tower. They're gonna go for the Warlock. No boots, no problem. 552 net worth. Feels bad, man. Now looking for the Windranger. They're going the wrong way, though, and it looks like she'll be able to get out of here. Insidious taking some damage, but he too will be fine. Now, Pepehands going to make his arrival on this bottom lane and just give that juice. Give that additional offensive power towards this push, and at the same time, top lane is being pressured as well. Bristleback's probably not going to do that much to this tower, but what do you actually need him to do? You need him to stop the PL, and he's still doing that.
Yeah, there's 3 damage on this tower, almost 1/4 away, or more than 1/4 denied. Bristleback is still farming freely on the top lane. He's about to just rush towards the Heaven's Halberd. That's gonna absolutely destroy them in those fights. Like, Wind Ranger, no damage output. Same goes on the OD. Like, there's just nothing they can do anymore because it lasts so long. Trying to cut here, but yeah.
Breathe Fire once again lands on 2, so damage output pretty much nothing. Pepehands gonna jump right back in, looking for someone. Can't find anyone this time. There's no ranged dragon form, so being on this bottom lane is not quite as rewarding as it was before. But the IO, he's picked up his level 6. Now, you can't do those defensive relocates anymore. If you're going to gank someone, though, that pretty much has not changed. So they could still do that and maintain their map control. Like, have Tootie camp on this top lane, and then if he sees someone, throw a couple Quill Sprays, suddenly there's a Leshrac relocating in. They still have that pressure.
It's a discount underlord now at this point. Like, you can use it to travel around the map. You can even... I wouldn't even be too surprised if we just see it from time to time to just get some mana to the Leshrac when they just want a team fight or something. But it highly remains to be seen if relocate is worth in any way. I don't think we're gonna see that much Wisp anymore.
Well, this is my 3rd game of this patch watching it. We've already seen 1 Wisp, so... You know,
that's a good quote.
That's a really good rate considering how dead everyone thought he was. Oh, the stun in mid lane's gonna be missed, but you can't miss a Dragon Tail. I guess you can up against Imprison, but not in that scenario. So easy kill, secondary kill on the OD. Getting all that value from the IO sustain. He's chugging down a Clarity. He's got the Soul Ring, even has the Urn if anyone needs that. Tower to be destroyed. Phantom Lancer for the past 3-4 minutes has been jungling, and you can definitely see it reflected in his net worth. He's got a cool 3,500 as they do take down Humble, but 2D is just farming so much faster because he's actually farming creeps that give gold, and I mean, he's hit with the Corrosive Haze, but even though he has that -10 on him, Vanguard is so much physical durability, plus his Bristleback passive is maxed out at this point, taking literally no damage.
Me Bristle, me no care. It's just, yeah, what do you do against this Bristle? He's just gonna run you down. Your Warlock is level 3. You're not even remotely close to a chaotic offering, and you're already about to lose 2 towers. Both the bottom one, top one, and the mid one are insanely low already. For the fact it's 12 minutes in, this is just going, like, it's 9k gold at 12 minutes. Let's not get it twisted. That is 80 to 90% of the time, that's a win if you win all 3 lanes. If it's a 10k gold advantage as well at 12 minutes, probably around 95.
If they had a little bit more experience on this Warlock, perhaps. They've found the Phantom Lancer in the back, tail him once, but with his Doppelgang out, Cask will be thrown. He will split his illusions away, so there's no bouncing, but he only has 1 point in that Doppel away. And Death Ward, a little bit of damage from that Death Ward will be enough. And Phantom Lancer now dead. Net worth in the past minute and a half has not increased for him. This tower is also super dead, and probably without the need of Elder Dragon form. They are looking for this bottom lane. Fixers is here, although Slardar is going to find him, immediately crushes him, gives him the vision with the haze, but now Tootie's going to arrive. And the Slardar, yeah, he's just chilling in the trees. He has to watch out for the Eul Scepter, but it looks like he will be able to navigate himself away. They don't get the kill on the Leshrac. Oh, they found him with the Euls and the Courier. The reads into the split earth, into the kill probably. Tootie's here. He's not that good up against Slardar though. With the lightning slow with one more quill spray, I think they have him. Yeah, they do. Oh, they barely put any damage into this tower. They don't get any kills. They lose a hero. They lose a tower. Feels bad, man. I mean, I guess I could just say it. Yeah. Pepehands, right?
Yeah, right. But they're winning, so I guess you gotta change it.
Pepehands for everyone. That's just the theme of this game.
They need like 2 teams, and they just swap at the lobby. When they win the first one, they change it to a different emote, and then, you know.
I mean, their flag isn't even like, what is that? What is that white thing? I don't know.
I know it's not even the correct one.
It's not even right.
So they were triggering, yeah.
What is that? Oh,
I don't think it is an emote. I have no clue.
You disgust me, Pepehands. I thought you were better than this. At any rate, I mean, they're still 10k ahead. Their Bristleback almost has that Halberd complete, so even more bulk. Just having a source of evasion on Bristleback at this point seems pretty stupid. Warlock. Maybe when he's level 6. He has 2 points in the Fatal Bonds.
Soon.
So, yeah, get that going. Fatal Bonds and Eclipse. I don't know, the int levels of Pepehands are actually not that bad. DK is the lowest, but again, Bristleback has reasonable int growth. Like, look at his stats. 44 strength, 42 int. That's much higher than you would expect it to be on a hero that's kind of designed like this.
I'm pretty sure they buffed it as well. I remember a lot of Bristleback games where you casted 2-3 bristles or quill sprays, and then you were completely out of mana. But or was it maybe the mana cost of quill spray they put down? I remember something around this matter. But I would have to do
just the fact that he's such like an overt strength hero that you don't expect him to have intelligence.
Yeah, at least not that much.
Yeah, but yeah, he has more int growth than strength. Again, like, pigs are smart, man. One of the smartest animals in the animal kingdom. If Bristleback is a pig, which he's kind of pig-ish. I don't know.
I was about to say, isn't he like a hedgehog?
He's got the quills on the back, but
I mean, he kind of is, piggy. Right? A piggy hedgehog.
Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? It's because in Dota 1, that he was the Razor Gore model, and those were definitely pigs. So that's like still in my mind, I guess.
All right, I guess we can settle on that. I was just a little bit confused, but hey, to the race we go. 16 minutes in, I don't think there's a chance that Detonator's gonna contest him on this at all, whatsoever. Too much minus armor already. Haste Rune on Bristle, oh good luck. Run, Wind.
Run faster.
Radiant's middle tower
Is
under
Wind
attack.
faster or are red runes faster? They're going to just look for everyone. Everyone's just freaking out and booking it, but unfortunately for the Warlock, he's not quick enough, I don't think. Oh, nor is the Slardar. Really? Okay, they're just going to go in. Their backup is a little bit lagging. And
I wanted to see that T4 dive,
oh,
to
yeah,
be
me
honest.
too. They
He has a
probably...
halberd and a vanguard, he can't do that.
Tootie can do it, but Peloson can't. Here comes the channeled relocate. Cat's already there to set things up on the OD, and the OD is going to fall yet again. Third death, 0, 3, and 0, and they're just going to get yanked right back, where there is still a couple of opportunities, although the Phantom Lancer will back out first. Tier 2 bottom lane, that's the objective, that's the line that's drawn, and I don't see them doing really anything about this defense.
Yeah, just they're too far ahead. I don't think, unless there's really grave mistakes, you already lost 2 of your teachers. You don't have a single tower pushdown. Like, the top one isn't even close, it's at full health. The middle one is slightly touched. The bottom one is quite low, but you can't reach it. There's a team in your way. So they're gonna use, they have an Edict, they're gonna kill down your T2, and then they have a Dragon Form for the high ground push, and they have an Aegis to work with, and Bristle isn't even interested in that yet.
Bristle back. I was gonna say, going for Heart seems like a really bad item. And it's not like a bad item for him, it just takes too long to get. So I like this, going for something just a little bit cheaper. Use your gold because you have that advantage. Don't sit on gold. And, well, I mean, he was hard to kill before, and now he's got a Crimson Guard. There's also a Maelstrom and a Glimmer Cape for the DK and the IO. In the meantime, in the Detonator camp, we have a 4-stat.
Oh, well, here we go.
Oh, whoa, Wind Ranger has a Maelstrom. That's not bad.
Yeah, she was farming on the offlane, and it's a fairly cheap item in comparison what the core items are on Wind. So it's no big surprise, but they're still far away from the Blink Dagger on the Slaughter. There's a Diffusal Blade up some-ish for the DK, for the PL in about 200 gold, but they have a jump on the Wind.
What? Wind Run? She's maledicted, taking a little bit of that dot with the urn. She is incredibly dead.
She did.
Well,
Very
there
dead
she
indeed.
goes. Humble's gonna try to TP out. Looks like he will be spotted, but can't do anything about that. And well, I don't really think they needed that pick-off to start this push, but they got it, so you know, it's better. With the Crimson Guard here, they will be able to tank tower shots if they so desire. Fixers has that Aegis, of course. I like that as well. Like, 2D's unkillable, Cat's unkillable, so you might as well give the Aegis to the hero that is somewhat killable. Look at 2D, just turning his back, doesn't give a damn. Is there Diffusal? There is Diffusal, so he will start to lose some mana. But again, he can handle this. Here comes the Rock, onto just one it seems. Now they're just going to stun everyone in return. Fixer taking some damage, but he's more than okay to shrug this one off. As the Death Ward now being channeled, 2D's going to pop right out, looking for a target. They've taken about, probably 500 damage total. Cat's going to jump right back in onto the OD, and look at the chain stun. He's just going to die immediately. Double kill for Fixers. Cass bouncing through, keeping everyone back. Peloson's none too healthy, but he does have the urn, so he's going to have a full restore for 2 at least. I mean, it doesn't even matter. The racks are already down. Racks by 20 minutes, I've always said, is a death sentence. And I think in this game, it's no different.
Especially because they don't get in. If it were team-wide for racks, then you could argue, hey, they might become back of this. Like, you can compensate, but you're gonna lose another shrine, that's more gold. You're gonna give boundaries to spawn, so really have to start rushing towards one so they get some gold coming in. But still, will this really help? You're 17, if not 18k gold behind it in the next few minutes. And then it's just like 2-3 big items ahead that you can't do anything about. And this DK looks pretty tanky already. He's gonna end with a BKB. The moment he gets that BKB, you just sit on the high ground, and as soon as you try to initiate, he presses one button and kills your team.
Dude, even Witch Doctor's getting in on it.
Yeah,
like I said, the heart is bad because it's like, you know, you're holding a lot of gold for a long time. The parts kind of suck. Aghanim Scepter is kind of the same type of thing for a support. You could be getting these like super cheap value items, but you know what? I like the Witch Doctor's style here. Bristleback is going to go for the heart ultimately. Probably something like Solar Crest is like the serious item to get in this game if you really cared. But clearly there's just no more respect here. The Warlock Rock isn't even up yet for another 60. It barely did anything in the fight before. They're going to smoke and try to loop around. They got to go all the way around though because the DK's here and that's just, you know, a no-go zone. Maybe Peloson in the back, but they need to make sure to get the haze on him. Peloson's now really well hidden, so finding him, although they have pinged him out, even if they get him, like, oh, he's going to find him. Glimmer Cape is going to stick. They can't haze him, though. They do get the haze, but then Slardar is going to essentially trade his life for the scout. Probably not worth it.
And Wind is scouted out. As well, they know well where they're all at, and in the meantime, hey, Tower just fell to the Leshrac. He's in the front line, Bloodstone up and running, he doesn't care.
There's a siege creep here, as if that even mattered. Jump in onto the Warlock. And if they weren't keeping super close track of the Chaotic Offering, maybe they're like, hey, you know what? Let's take it down one more time, make sure we don't have to deal with that. The only possible thing that could make this go wrong is that Warlock ultimate with the Fatal Bonds. And suddenly we are 2 racks in the lead. So do you know when they got those 4 bounty runes? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's this
That's
right
sealed
here.
the deal.
Look at the OD, just gets perfectly chain stunned to hell. Crush onto 2, but that Crimson Guard durability is making them damn near unkillable. Cat's gonna challenge the Slardar. Come at me, bro. In the meantime, everyone else is killing the Wind Ranger in the back. GG is called. Who's the one hero to die? It was the Io. I mean, that's standard practice, right?
Yeah, classic Io feeder. 18-1. That hurts. I gotta say, draft-wise, they should not have won this. They picked Wisp. No, don't even defend this.
Saying they should not have won this because of the draft, I'm not sure about that, but it should have not been like this. Like, this is the type of game that you get when there is either, like, significant cheese, like you get Huskard, like games turn out like this, or you're just